Alright, YouTube, here we're gonna do a quick deck profile. Been a long time, but we're gonna keep it how it is. Let's go. This is my boy Matt Burs here with his Shaddoll Invoked. His interpretation of the build, it's a pretty standard deck, but he has a little some tech choices I want you to check out. He's gonna give you a little rundown of what he's been playing, what he's been seeing at locals and stuff like that since COVID's going down. Hopefully we'll be seeing some events coming back soon. So with the new events, new sets dropping, and hopefully events coming back, we'll see what the rest of the meta looks like. So I'm gonna just give it to Matt. Let's see what he has in his main deck, and then we'll go from side, and then we'll go from main, extra, then side.
All right. Playing pretty standard Shaddoll stuff. Other than these are on camera. Let me know if they're out of frame. I'm playing the One Genius. It never did anything in tournament, but I wanted to test it out. So this is probably gonna get replaced or something. But everything else is pretty standard. I just run.
Would you replace it with a Windy or?
With 3.
Yeah.
A lot of people are cutting down the Shaddoll lineup now. I used to play 3 of each of these, but it's not as necessary anymore with Schism. And you play the deck slower and less combo based, so you don't really need these, because you really only need to open 1 or 2 Shaddolls to do stuff.
Okay.
So that's why I cut down on those. I'm playing a little bit more dolls than normal actually because of testing Genius out, but I don't really like it anymore. 3 Shaddoll Fusion because it's broken. 1 L. A lot of people are running 2. I cut 1 because I never really needed it. It's I only ever use it to OTK, or if I know my opponent's going to side in for Schism, put in Twin Twisters or Cosmics, then I'll get this instead. But I never end up needing the second one. It's hard once per turn. In theory, it makes it 5 lets you draw out 1 more often in your opening hand, but whatever, I can kind of search what I need anyway. Played 1 of each of these traps. This doesn't come up very often, but I like it just to have a little tech option. It's nice to send off Construct in grind games, or if you need to flip something. You can flip Alistair with it, which is a fun thing to do. A couple of other things. Resource loop, whatever.
I really like this card in the mirror match because you can book them on your cards so they can't get the Shaddoll Fusion.
That too, yeah. I didn't end up playing the mirror match in the tournament at all, but there's a lot of little tech options you can do like that. And then Schism is just what makes the deck really good right now.
Go Burr.
Yeah, fuse
just
every
your last
turn.
Name, right?
Yup. 3 Alistair, obviously standard. 2 Invocation. You don't really ever need the 3rd one unless you're getting them banished a lot, but people just don't do it. I don't know why. 3 Meltdown, no Terraforming, because I don't really want to play into Droll. Depending on how the meta is looking, I could see myself changing around the hand trap lineup and putting in Terraforming, but it's something you got to test out. I thought about putting in the Psyframe package with Terraforming, so that way you can hit the Droll, but I don't know. It doesn't always come up.
It doesn't always come up.
3 Ash Blossom, standard. 3 main deck Lancia, because I like having a light attribute in main deck, and this is one of the better light hand traps you can use. I was trying out the Psyframe package, like I said, but it wasn't coming up often enough. You can use it if you Shaddoll Fusion and then hit the Ash Blossom with Driver, or the Psyframe Gamma. It's good, but it didn't come up often enough, and I felt like this was better in more matchups. 3 Phantasme for Dragon Link, and every deck Link summons at least once right now, usually. There's a few exceptions, but it's just a nice hand fixing, especially in Shaddoll, because you need so many combo pieces in your hand to actually do stuff like Diffuse. Super Poly is broken. It kills everything. You have targets.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah,
it's one of my favorite cards.
This plus an Alistair Shaddoll outs any attribute boss monster you need it to, and then if you're going against Dragon Link, you out their whole board, whatever. Foolish Burial, it's a Shaddoll. Spellbook Knowledge is crazy. If you open just Alistair in this, it's you what, +2 or 3?
It's even further if everything goes through.
Yeah, it's just and it activates Shaddoll effects, which is crazy. Like you can out your own window if you really need to.
It's everything the deck needs.
It's just everything's a spellcaster in this deck, so might as well use it.
Yep.
And then one Call by the Grave because we hate hand traps, and it's a good trap card too. You can interrupt plays.
Spells are traps now.
Yeah, it's quick effect.
Quick effects, yeah, I guess so.
2 Construct. The third one usually just comes up if I'm playing bad.
Yeah.
Honestly, depending on how you play the deck, you can rock with 2. It's not that big of a deal. 2 Winda, same thing. You can add it back with Apclone. Like if you're fusing 2 windows in a game, you're probably gonna win, or you're playing bad.
Or you're playing bad.
2 Apclone because it's a super nice interruption, and its Grave effect is crazy. Shekanaga because I don't want to lose random matchups to Earth decks like the BLS Link
or Zodiac.
It's nice against Zodiac. Yeah. Usually just Construct against
Earth
Zodiac,
Machine deck too. The Earth Machine deck.
And yeah, the Earth Machine deck and what's that card? The Link one that uses Xyz. Megalith. Not Megalith. Fuck, I don't know.
Drytron?
The big Link Towers guy. I don't remember his name.
Oh, the Link. Oh.
Yeah, you don't run any.
They play him in Zoo. The Link 3.
Yeah.
The Megaclops.
Yeah, Megaclops. Exactly. Yeah. I don't want to lose to random decks like that because you don't run a main deck out to BLS Megaclops and then like it can hurt Zoo too. So yeah, I don't want to lose random matchups. These are the invoked monsters I'm using.
One of everything.
Purgatrio is kind of weird because I don't run the Almirage to make the fire, but like Ash Blossom's in the grave all the time, either player's grave. People are going to try to hit you with Ash Blossom on Shaddoll Fusion. So it's like...
It's never really dead.
Yeah. I OTK'd twice in tournament with it. Like, it's a nice card. I thought about switching it for Caliga, because in theory, Caliga Window's a crazy lock, but like, I feel like that's overkill sometimes, but it's one of the cards I'm debating on switching out.
I think it's an interesting idea, because like, it's also a super poly target for Dark.
Yeah,
but like the extra deck's so tight.
Yeah, it's a really hard thing. Yeah, Radiant's crazy because Meltdown makes it spell speed 4. This is actually an out to Zeus. If you have Meltdown up, because you can make him flip the Zeus and it's just dead. Yeah. It's a nice card. That comes up more often than you think. You just have to remember to use it. I forgot about it once. This with Windows Crazy and Mechaba, just standard. Thought about 2 Mechaba, but it's tight extra deck.
Yeah, the second one doesn't come up as often,
yeah,
unless you're playing really bad.
I find that Mechaba doesn't... A lot of the time, it just like forces a negate and doesn't actually like end a turn or anything either. It's not strong enough on its own. It's kind of like... Yeah,
it's 25, and he's just a negate, and you have to discard too.
Yeah, so it's like... I don't think Mechaba's as crazy as people make it out to be. It is one card, but whatever. Starving Venom, it's a free super poly target against like the best deck in the game. Like, yeah, I want to get free ones. Gravity Controller, Artemis, and Verite.
The only Link monsters.
Yeah, these are all standard. Verite, he is like a walking out to any one monster that can be targeted because you can turn it dark and then send super poly and then the problem's gone. So a lot of times people will try to wall up to not get OTK'd and you just Verite them and then attack for 28 for game or whatever. So like, crazy card. Yeah, and these 2 are standard.
Alright, side deck?
Side deck, 3 Nibiru, because like in theory it's really good, but I never put it in. Locals are a lot of like Eldritch, Invoke Dogmatica. Like I never had to side this in. Like
there's only one dragon player.
Yeah, there's like it just never. I never put it in, but in theory it's really good for the current meta. I don't know. Duster, because like I said, loads of back row decks around. 3 Twin for the same reason. I put this in over Cosmic because like I find the Eldritch matchup super easy. So I'd rather just have something that can hit 2 instead of just 1, and then it hits Prank Kids, it hits Schism, all that stuff. 2 talents because I can't afford a third one. I'd probably replace one of the Twin Twisters for a third talent.
Or even the Duster.
Yeah, it's just like good card.
Good card overall. Much more can you say?
Evenly because it's a blowout against Eldritch also, and like I said, there's a lot of Eldritch sitting around. So, and then there can be only one, which is pretty standard now too. It hits Zoo, Dragon, Eldritch. Like a lot of decks just can't play under this. You can like, if they do like Conquistador, Sanguine, and then you flip this, they get like a big body and then no pops, and they just lose a back or a spot too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, just hits all the matchups right now.
So was there anything major you want to switch besides your hand trap ratios, or?
Playing around with hand traps. I have one extra deck slot that I'm like, or one main deck slot that I'm like met on. I don't like Genius that much. Like in theory, it's good under Meltdown because you can like either it's effectively a negate during your turn, or you can bait a negate. But every time I resolved it, I ended up losing the game because it just was unnecessary play when I could have broken the board doing something else instead.
So the Genius is basically the biggest factor.
Yeah, the only other reason I want to keep it in is to make Shekanaga live more often, but Shekanaga is mostly a super poly target, so I don't think it's super necessary. Hand traps I'm going to play around with, especially with the new format coming up. I might want to throw in a Droll, and then that one flex spot with the El Shaddoll fusion I'm not sure about either. But yeah, that's most of the stuff.
Alright, man, thanks for having you on the channel. We'll definitely come seeing you more with whatever else you keep playing. If you keep playing Shaddolls, we'll keep seeing you. Keep doing well. You know how it is. Alright, thanks YouTube for watching. Till next time, please like, comment, and subscribe.